Hal Rogers Parkway in Kentucky. The Hal Rogers Parkway is an expressway connecting Somerset and Hazard, Kentucky. It is 91 miles long. The general map is shown here. This parkway usually follows Highway 80. Now, let's get to the main point of the video, the control cities. Alright, so this is the junction of US 27 and Route 80. This is where the Hal Rogers Parkway heading east starts. But this section does not sign Hal Rogers Parkway. The street is named Hal Rogers Parkway, but it's not signed until we get up to London, which you'll see more of that road later. Now we are at the junction of Business Route 80, and this road spurs off to head to Route 192, which is very south of this highway. Unfortunately, Highway 192 was not signed, but just a few years ago in 2018, it was signed as Highway 192 and Business 80 sign, which was nowhere to be seen, as long as the Highway 80 pull-through also being signed. Now this is where the start of Route 914 is. This is the Somerset bypass, but as well as that, we get our first mention of the Hal Rogers Parkway right here. Just beyond the intersection, but we don't get an actual pull shield for the Hal Rogers Parkway until we get to London. This is the newest interchange completed for the section of the Hal Rogers Parkway. It's the junction with Route 461, which provides access to Mount Vernon from here on out. It is the quickest way to get from I-75 north from here. I might have made an error on that sentence, I don't know. But if you go right, Highway 80 goes to London, and Highway 461 goes straight to London, which is good. Control cities. I won't change anything here. And here is our first time that we get down into a 2-lane road. We stay on this 2-lane road for about 10 to 15 miles. But I'm going to skip all the boredom and show us to where we finally get back into a normal divided highway. And now we are back to a divided highway a few miles west of London. Let's see what part of London we get into. Yeah, we did get into London, but it looks like from this descent we got into the most busy part of London. There's usually a lot of traffic here, so let's just hope we don't get hit with any of this traffic during this town. This is a view looking west of what London usually looks like, in between the stretch of that hill in the distance and this actual city. Now just take a look at this gas station for a second. This is the London Auto Truck Center, BP. I used to stop here all the time when I used to go visit my cousins, which we'll talk about them later, all the way down the road, a little bit further. But I used to stop here all the time, and they have a good diner inside, and it's a nice little place to stop and go to the bathroom. Here we are hitting Interstate 75. We can go north for Lexington or south for Knoxville. This interchange is very well signed. We are now at the junction to US 25. Route 80 splits off here to go to downtown London. Then it splits off itself to continue east. This is the start of the old alignment of the Hal Rogers Parkway, with the new alignment pretty much being all that's west from here to Somerset. So, welcome back to the classic section. This random interchange with Route 30 and Route 354, we don't have a single sign for a sign control city. Very lame. Right after that junction we just had, we have a mileage sign, Manchester 20 and Hazard 60. These are really good because these are the only other towns we run into their city limits. I mean, we do have one exit that you have to travel 4 miles to get to town. Then the other exit that we have between the stretch of Manchester and Hazard, but that one doesn't really go that anywhere. Just a little connector to US 421 and Route 80. Really fast, I want to take the time to say that you can request an exit for the next video by commenting on this video. Next up, we are meeting Route 192, the last exit in London that we have.
From here on out, it's a 20-mile section to the next highway that we meet, but pretty much all these sections are just going up and down hills and a whole bunch of trees. So I'll spare you a part of it, but I will show you one view of it. This is what the stretches in between the two exits look like, pretty much. Now we are meeting Route 80 again. So this goes to Manchester, the downtown area, but it also goes to US 421, which is a nice touch. As well, they could sign a control city that 421 goes to, but, I mean, it's pretty much the middle of nowhere. Like, who's gonna go from Manchester up somewhere else to, like, Richmond or down south of that? After another 10 to 20 miles of just straight up boredom, we do hit another exit. This one is for Route 66. Route 66, I'm not talking about US 66, I'm talking about Kentucky Route 66. This connects really small towns and homes, as well as an elementary school. It's a nice touch, but they could add a Route 66 control city, as well as 421 and 280, because it does meet 80 and 421 shortly after getting off the connector. This is the exit I used to take all the time to go see my cousins and relatives. I mean, I do have a few down to the next exit, and that's also where another big part of my story comes into play. Now we're at the next exit, which is Route 118 going to Hayden. But those control cities, Confluence and Truce Branch, who picked those control cities? Just sign it for Hayden. Why? Why? After that lonesome exit, we do travel another 10 miles until we hit the next exit with Route 451. Not only that, it is an actual interchange, the last one being all the way back in Manchester. But, along with this, we are getting to the last few miles of the Parkway. It is now a divided highway again, by the way. We do hit Hazard, but this is all what it looks like. It's just a whole bunch of businesses. And from here, this is the end of the Hal Rogers Parkway. You can go right for Hazard and Jackson. This is also Route 15 and 80, and you go straight for just Route 80, which goes to Pikeville and Prestonburg. Nice cities. And with that, now we are turning back west. And now we are heading down the hill to exit Hazard. We are now coming back on Route 451's exit. And now we are back to the route at 118 interchange. This time we do get a sign for Route 118, and this time it's actually signed for Hayden instead. Why didn't they do both of those for the other side? Who knows? We are back at the Route 66 interchange. Again, we have the elementary school that gets connected here. Now we are back at the Manchester exit. It's pretty much the same thing as going eastbound. Now we are all the way back in London for the Route 192 interchange, and you can actually take that to Somerset itself. Don't know why anyone would bother taking the Hal Rogers Parkway go to Somerset when you can literally just take Route 192 to Somerset. Or even better, you could just not sign the Hal Rogers Parkway past US 25 and it would have been better. Here we are back at Route 30. And now we are back at the US 25 interchange. Route 80 joins us. Welcome back to the new section. Back at I-75, it is signed Knoxville and Lexington again. Alright, so that was long. We are back at the Route 461 interchange for Mount Vernon. 80 West goes for Somerset. Here we are at Route 914, that is Somerset Bypass, followed by Business Route 80 and the connector to Route 192. We could have taken that back to London. And then finally, we are at the end, US 27 and Route 80 junctions here. You can also get a sign for the Cumberland Parkway. Head right to get there. And now we are done! That was fast. Now, for my favorite part. Here we go. What should we sign? Eastbound will be starting from the beginning. We'll sign it for London and Hazard. And once we get to London, sign it for Manchester and Hazard. And then once you get past Manchester, just Hazard. Westbound, I'm thinking we can go straight to London and Somerset. And then after that, just sign Somerset. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe or follow. I will be making more of these soon. I'm thinking I may do another Parkway. The Abaddon Parkway, maybe. So, start sending requests for that if you're in that area. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for more of this kind of stuff. This was all inspired from Control City Freak, so thanks to him. And if you're wondering, I made and edited all of this video. I got no help. It took multiple days and hours, so please thank me. In the comment section, you can always request an exit for free. And that's pretty much all I got to say, so enjoy the next few seconds of black before the video ends.